Meet Grace. She's 64 years old, a retired teacher, full of life, and seemingly healthy. She walks every morning, drinks her water, and never skips her multivitamins. But every day, without knowing, Grace is making choices that are slowly damaging her body from the inside. You see, it's not always the big things that get us, it's often the little habits we don't question. The foods we trust. The labels we believe. And what Grace and millions of people like her don't realize is that some of the most common, everyday foods are silent killers. Let's talk about breakfast. Grace starts her day with a fruit-flavored yogurt, a bowl of cereal, and a tall glass of orange juice. Sounds healthy, right? But hidden in that healthy breakfast are sky-high levels of added sugar. Fruit-flavored yogurt? Often packed with up to 20 grams of sugar per serving. Cereal? Some brands have more sugar than a glazed donut. And orange juice? Yes, even the 100% pure kind. It's loaded with natural sugars that spike blood glucose just like soda. Sugar is a master of disguise. It comes in many forms: high fructose corn syrup, cane juice, maltodextrin. And too much of it leads to inflammation, insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and even cognitive decline. It's no coincidence that Alzheimer's is now being called type 3 diabetes. Now here's the twist: Grace thought she was being smart. She bought everything labeled low-fat. But in the food industry, low-fat often means high sugar, high salt, or chemical additives. When fat is removed, flavor has to come from somewhere, so companies pump in artificial ingredients that confuse the body and damage your health. That low-fat salad dressing in your fridge? It might be doing more harm than good. The light yogurt? Full of hidden sugars. The fat-free crackers? Stripped of fiber, loaded with starches. Next comes lunch. Grace usually makes a sandwich, white bread, deli meat, maybe some cheese, and washes it down with a can of diet soda. It's fast, easy, and familiar. But here's what's hiding in plain sight. White bread is made from refined flour, which turns to sugar the moment it hits your bloodstream. No fiber. No nutrients. Just a quick spike and crash. And those deli meats? They're often full of nitrates, sodium, and preservatives that have been linked to high blood pressure, heart disease, and certain cancers. Regular consumption increases the risk of colorectal cancer, a fact the World Health Organization has confirmed. And then there's diet soda. Calorie-free, yes, but not consequence-free. Artificial sweeteners trick the brain into craving more sweetness, increase appetite, and can disrupt gut bacteria. Some studies even link them to insulin resistance and metabolic disorders. But the biggest trap of all? Processed dinners. Grace, like many of us, often turns to frozen meals at the end of the day. They're convenient, budget-friendly, and marketed as healthy with their low-calorie claims. But these meals are often ultra-processed, loaded with sodium, preservatives, trans fats, and sugars that extend shelf life but shorten human life. Research shows that diets high in ultra-processed foods are associated with a significantly higher risk of early death, cardiovascular disease, and obesity. So let's pause here. If you're still watching, it's because you're ready to take control of your health. Hit that like button if any of this has surprised you. And subscribe, because this channel is dedicated to sharing health truths that could literally save your life. Now, let's get back to Grace. Something had to change. She started paying attention to labels. She swapped her yogurt for plain Greek yogurt and added fresh berries. Traded sugary cereal for old-fashioned oats. Replaced white bread with whole grain options. Dropped processed meats and added lean, fresh proteins like grilled chicken and fish. She even kicked the diet soda and found comfort in herbal teas and infused water. Within weeks, Grace felt a difference. More energy. Better sleep. Clearer thinking. And her doctor? Amazed. Her blood pressure dropped. Her blood sugar stabilized. She reduced her medications and gained something even more valuable: control over her health. You see, Grace isn't a superhero. She's not on a fad diet. She simply started asking one powerful question: is this real food? Because real food heals. Fake food harms. And once you know the difference, you start to see the silent killers for what they are: pretty packages with dangerous promises. So now it's your turn. Take a look at what's in your kitchen. Read the labels. Ask yourself what small swaps you can make today. Not next week. Not next year. Today. Drop a comment below: what's one food you're cutting out this week? Let's build a community of change together. Encourage others with your progress and learn from their journey too. If you learned something valuable in this video, give it a thumbs up. Share it with someone you love, because sharing knowledge is the first step to saving lives. And don't forget to subscribe. We've got more powerful videos coming your way, diving deep into the foods we trust, the myths we believe, and the simple truths that can transform your health. Remember, your health isn't just about how you feel today, it's about the legacy you leave behind. Protect it.